López Obrador, the former mayor of Mexico City, will take office in December, becoming the country's first leftist leader for decades. Well, I'm joined now by Euronews correspondent Alastair Sanford. Alastair, they had a war of words while he was still campaigning, but now it seems they've both struck a conciliatory tone. Is this our starting point?
For now, it seems to be very positive, but of course it's very early days. Yes, remember Trump's antagonistic rhetoric towards Mexico and Mexicans, and López Obrador also pretty outspoken, very critical of Trump during his campaign. All that changed after the election victory on Sunday. Trump tweeting his congratulations very quickly, saying they can work together on both interests on both sides. Obrador saying he wants friendly relations with the US. They've now held this phone call. When you get down to the detail, though, it seems there is scope for problems ahead. For instance, on trade, Trump said after the meeting, after their phone call, that he thought they could work towards a possible trade deal. But the reality is the US is heading towards a trade war. It's slammed tariffs on aluminium and steel products. Mexico's retaliated. Mexico is talking about something completely different. Now, Obrador's advisors have been talking, and they're saying they're willing to push back against what they call protectionist measures from the US and raise tariffs. But above all, they do want to save NAFTA, the free trade agreement that Trump says he wants to renegotiate and says is so unfair. Mexico, they say they want to try to convince him that China's the issue and it's not really Mexican exports and jobs.
And of course, Alastair, when we talk about the United States and Mexico, what comes to mind really is the border wall, in fact. Have they discussed this, or is there any way forward on this issue?
I don't know if they've discussed the border wall in particular. Imagine they did. They didn't really give much detail afterwards, but it seems they're certainly not on the same page on this. I mean, Trump is talking border and security. Obrador is talking about tackling the causes of migration. Now, we heard what Donald Trump says there is backed up by one of his advisors, Kellyanne Conway, who's gone on TV to say, remember that Trump's policy is about not just the wall, but getting Mexico to pay for it. That's still very much on the table. Obrador is talking about development and jobs. During the campaign, he put forward a plan to cut illegal immigration by tackling the causes of it. He even referred to a JFK plan from the 1960s to help Central America. Well, is Trump really likely to help Mexico develop a program to create Mexican jobs? That's hard to imagine. And remember, it's not just about the border. There's also the thorny issue of family separations. Lots of families divided across the border. And of course, many undocumented migrants held in detention at the moment. So a lot of work to do.
And a lot of thorny issues there, indeed. Thank you for that, Alastair Sanford.